Well, here we are, the beginning of June, and it seems like ages since I last did one of our video newsletters. So much has happened, and so much is happening, and so much is going to happen that it's almost wondering just where do I begin. I guess the easiest thing would be to begin as to what's recently happened. And Brian and I have just returned from Victoria, where we participated in the 27th annual Fired Up exhibition, featuring 11 core members, the top ceramic artists in BC. And this year, to make it unique, we traveled out with a number of our clients, collectors, and friends. And this year's show was titled The Axis of Art. The Axis of Art being the relationship between creator, connector, and collector. To say that it was extraordinary would be almost understating. It was a fantastic opportunity not only to meet BC collectors, but for collectors from Ontario, Michigan, and all over to meet the collectors out there. It was fabulous. People talking about their art, the stories were absolutely extraordinary. And I'll try not to overuse the word extraordinary, except it was exciting. One of the exciting things about the exhibition was also setting up a display of work by artists from all over Canada. This is in anticipation of Matter of Clay 3, which will be opening in the gallery August 4th, featuring over 100 of Canada's leading artists. Many of the artists that we have never shown before. Such as Yvette Mitz of Quebec, Mahmoud Beguian returning after a 10-year hiatus, also from Quebec, Gilbert Poisson, Steve Heinemann, Ontario, and the list goes on and on and on. The gallery is at the moment overrun with boxes, crates in every shape and form for the work that's arriving for the catalog. Catalog production is going to be starting shortly, and to sort of shake it up a bit for people who are interested in being immortalized in the catalog, people can order a catalog in advance. The cost is $50. The catalog price at the gallery during Matter of Clay will be $35. That extra $15, at the bottom of the page of the artist that you decide to essentially sponsor their page in part, it will say, this page paid for in part, courtesy of. Already, with actually no publicity, we've sold about 15 pages, leaving about 85. This will help go towards the creation of the catalog, of which is quite exciting. And exciting things are just happening nonstop in the gallery. Many of you know of Brian's and my affection for Goyer Bonneau, two artists from Quebec, husband and wife team, who for over 40 years have been creating and designing exquisite examples of functional art that are really superb. In 1979, they designed a soup tureen called Pea Soup. Pea Soup was created, and there were fewer than 60 of them made. And we have been after them for the past 8 years to do another one. The soup tureen this one is from 1983. The design was accepted in the Campbell's Soup exhibition, Fabulous Soup, that toured the US and into Canada for 2 years. We have wanted them to redo it. They have. And here is the second generation done in black porcelain. On May 2nd, we were notified that the soup tureen would be going into production, a limited edition of 40. The number limited to the number of handles they had left from the original 1979 creation. What's fascinating is that of that edition of 40, we have already sold 31 of them. There are 4 more at $2,000, and then the price will be going up to $2,500. This is an extraordinary example of the ceramicist's art, truly a Canadian classic. The National Gallery in Quebec has already acquired one of the original ones for their museum in Quebec City. This is quite exciting. Going on to the work that is arriving from all over the country, it really is leaving me at a loss for words. We're seeing work arrive nonstop. It is coming by every carrier imaginable. And there's not a day that's gone by that we haven't had 2 or 3 shipments come in. And it's going to be an extraordinary show. So if you're really looking for something exciting to see in clay, you should really attend Matter of Clay 3, opening August 4th at 7 p.m. in the gallery here in London, Ontario. Not only is Matter of Clay in the works, but we're also looking at the launch of the studio artist book, Walter Dexter. Walter Dexter, as many of you know, turns 80 this year, so it seemed a fitting time and certainly well-deserved to have as our first in a planned series of books on studio ceramic artists in Canada, that this will be the book on Walter Dexter. It will be focusing on the torso vases as we trace his 50-year career from Alberta to Sweden to England to being one of the most respected artists in BC and one of the most famous artists, living artists working in ceramics in Canada today. The book is going to be incredible, not just because I'm writing it. The book is going to be incredible because of the wealth of material that has been provided. Walter's wife, Rona, was a writer as well, and I think she saved every scrap of paper that had his name on it. So there was lots of archival material to go to, and it's quite exciting. Even meeting people out in BC who had wonderful tales to tell about their first acquisition of a Dexter. One lady comes to mind, Jessie, who at 80 years old came up to tell me that she'd bought a piece as a wedding gift for somebody 25 years ago and always regretted giving it away. And then at that person's 25th wedding anniversary, the woman walked in with a salad in it and said to her, "This is my favorite wedding gift." It's going to be really interesting. And you're also going to see a changing on the website. We will start loading up images of recently acquired work. Go on to the blog site, go into events. You're going to be seeing things appear there, into acquisitions. There's going to be a lot of social media taking place, and the next video newsletter will be out in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned, watch what's going to be happening, and if you've got no plans for August, this may be the place to plan to be. There are already, to our knowledge, 50 of the artists planning to be here for the opening, right across Canada. Reed Weir of Newfoundland, Mira Matheson of British Columbia, John Chalk, Jack Schurz, Bill Boyd. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And as confirmation of their attendance shows up, we will be diarizing it in the blog. So watch our blog, watch our events, watch our acquisitions, and come on down. Thank you.